Forum as an SME or subversive media entity, which is unfortunate. At one point, we thought she might be a suitable candidate for a young media leader, but unfortunately this time has passed. Young media leader, a media entity that puts forward the progressive view of world events, dedicated to the development of a carbon-neutral sustainable economy and ecology, similar to our Young Global Leaders initiative, which includes Justin Trudeau. Our young media leaders would be 100 division of the World's Economic Forum, much like the young and very judicious Mr. Trudeau. So people are just supposed to do what you tell them. You seem to have all the answers, don't you? Well, the Dutch farmers don't seem to agree with that notion. The state of affairs in the Netherlands is a regrettable example of failed containment measures. The projected outcomes for public buildings may be accurate, but these farmers are experiencing the loss of their livelihoods due to your policies. Our intentions, or rather the Dutch policies that we advocate, aim to protect the delicate ecosystem of our planet. The practices of factory farming in certain parts of the Netherlands must come to an end. While I understand the environmental concerns associated with factory farming and meat production, a sudden change overnight is not feasible. There needs to be a middle ground, a transition plan. No, time is of the essence. If we delay, they won't be able to meet the demand for meat, and ultimately, they will go out of business. The excessive consumption of meat needs to be drastically reduced for the benefit of all of us. We must shift away from meat as a staple food and explore sustainable alternatives like lentils and insects. By the way, I had a vegetarian breakfast today. It's not hypocritical, it's being realistic. Yes, the wealthy will always be able to afford meat. That's the reality. The notion that everyone across the socioeconomic ladder can continue to consume meat is a fallacy of the modern age. The World Economic Forum envisions an ecologically sustainable economy where meat consumption becomes a privilege for the elite. While you enjoy your New York strip or filet, these farmers are losing their livelihoods and their farms. What happens to them then? The World Economic Forum is prepared to take over these farms during the transition to sustainable agricultural models. The farmers may remain on the properties and continue working the land, receiving a stipend. Their lives will change little, except for the ownership of the land. So, you're essentially becoming massive landowners in the Netherlands. How and by whom are these plans made? These plans are developed at the headquarters of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, during the annual meeting. We have publicly stated that the future of the world will not be decided by individual democracies, but by self-selected elites from governments and international organizations. These individuals convene at the meeting, analyze data, and based on that and existing models, plan the course of the next year. Then, we retreat to our secret underground lair for rituals. Are you surprised? We take an elevator to the secret basement beneath the basement and board a train. This train travels underground to the Matterhorn, the tallest peak in the Swiss Alps. The Matterhorn has been hollowed out and transformed into luxury accommodations, including living quarters and an amphitheater where the rituals take place. Even though I have witnessed these rituals numerous times, I struggle to fully articulate the depravity and ghastly nature of the proceedings. I will refrain from attempting to describe those proceedings, as it is beyond my ability to fully convey the magnitude of their depravity. However, I must inform you of another unsettling aspect. The lair is meticulously stocked with enough food and water to sustain its inhabitants for 1,000 years. Inside, 2 generations of human beings have been born and raised without any knowledge of the outside world. This isolation is by design, ensuring that they remain oblivious to its existence. The workers and their descendants will form a hereditary servant class. In the event of an environmental collapse deemed unavoidable, it is to this hidden sanctuary that we, the elite, and our families will retreat.